Hi there and welcome back. Now if you are new to the channel, then please don't forget to like and subscribe if you do enjoy the content that I make. Now this is the Canon Eos M50 and this was released in 2018. So the question is, can this hold up in 2023 and can you make money from it? But before we jump into all of that, let's talk about what this camera is capable of. I'm going to test the video and photo capabilities of this camera so that you can see what you can expect if you decide to pick one up. The kit lens that comes with this camera is the Canon 14 to 45mm f4 lens. Now if you want to use other lenses, you can just get an adapter. I have the Voltrox EF adapter so that I can use all my EF lenses on this camera. But for this video, I'm only going to use the kit lens that came with this camera. First off, this camera is light and very small. So that means you can just throw it in your bag and you'll probably even forget that it is there. So it won't take up too much space. Now you can take photos and videos on this camera, and I must say the specs are pretty decent, so I will throw up the specs somewhere here on the screen. So if you want to pause the video, you can quickly go through it and see what this camera is capable of. So the screen on this camera is super useful. As you can see, you can rotate it in any position, especially when you are filming yourself, like let's say vlogging style. You can just turn the screen around and you can see yourself. Or if you are in a position where you are filming B-roll and you just need to see the back of the screen, you can just tilt it like this, and this is super useful. The battery and card slot is in the same location. Then on the side here you have your charging and HDMI port. On the other side you have your microphone jack. You also have a flash that comes with the camera. I must say this is pretty nice. My Canon Eos R does not have a flash built in. So if I'm doing photography, let's say at a wedding at night, I will have to get an external flash. But for this one, you can just pop this one up and use it. Personally, I am more into the video side of things, so I don't actually care about the photo capabilities of this camera, but I'm testing out both so you guys can see what to expect when picking this camera up. This camera does not have C-lock, so I just added a flat profile so that I have more legroom when color grading. If you are going to film a lot of interviews and talking headshots or even vlogging, then autofocus is really important in a camera. As you can see, the quality has changed because I did swap out my Canon EOS R with the Eos M50 and it is currently recording. And I must say the autofocus is pretty good. Let's run some video in 1080p and 4K so you guys can see what that looks like. I would suggest to get a few batteries because the Canon EOS M50 battery is pretty small, as you can see. So if you have a long day of filming, you will need backups. I've used this camera on recent page shoots, so yes, it is possible to make money from it. Now, I would not say you can use it for high-end work, but rather for small weddings or events, that kind of stuff. But here's the problem. In low light, this camera does not perform well and you will get a lot of noise. So if you film at night, let's say a wedding or any event, make sure there will be sufficient lighting so that you do not get too much noise in your videos. But if you are just filming during the day, you should just be fine. So the question is, who is this camera for? In my opinion, I think this camera is definitely for a beginner videographer or photographer. It is a great camera to start out on. You can later on upgrade to bigger and better gear. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it and I hope it helped in some way. I will see you guys in the next video.